Welcome back, everybody. This is going to be our final exam review, part two, question number 4. These last two questions, 4 and 5, are the ones on truncated cones and truncated pyramids. So very similar to lesson 38, if you guys watched that before. And so strategy would be the same thing. So we see the cup is in shape of truncated cone, truncated cup. So this should really be changed to a truncated cone. So I'll change the cone. All right, the diameter at the top of the cup is 12 centimeters, and the diameter at the bottom of the cup is 8 centimeters. The height of the cup is 6 centimeters. So part A is going to be find the volume of the cup to the nearest cubic centimeter. All right, so now what we did before when we did these cones was to do the following. We're going to, let me just see about removing this and come up with our proportion of a similar triangle. So this here was covering, well, this figure here. Okay, similar triangle situation in where we create a right triangle within a right triangle, and you'll see the base of the large right triangle is going to be the radius of our cone, and the base of the smaller triangle is going to be the radius of the smaller circle for the truncated cone. And of course, our height is 6. An unknown length of the cone is x. So we create in this situation a proportion is corresponding sides of similar triangles proportional. We know these similar because of the fact that these are both right angles, and of course we have that whole reflexive property here. So angle, similarity. And so let's now create our proportion. Okay, so we're going to take in this case the height of the big triangle, x plus 6, divided by the base of the big triangle, 6, is equal to the height of the small triangle, x, over the base of the small triangle, 4. We're going to cross multiply, and we're going to get, in this case, 6x is equal to 4x plus 24. Subtract 4x on both sides. And we're going to get, in this case, 2x equals 24. The value of x, we divide both sides by 2, is going to be 12. So we see in this case that our small cone is 12, height is 12, while the height of the large cone is going to be 12 plus 6, or 18. And so the plan is going to be to find the volume of the big cone minus the volume of the small cone to get the volume of the total, of the truncated cone. So big cone, small cone, truncated cone. All right, so the volume of the big cone is 1/3 pi times the radius, which we found to be 6, squared, times the height, which is 18. The volume of the small cone is again 1/3 pi times the radius, in this case 4, squared, times the height, which is 12. Well, okay, so if we were to subtract these two, we're going to get, in this case, and it's blue. Okay, so the volume of the total truncated cone is 1/3 pi times 6 squared times 18 minus 1/3 pi times 4 squared times 12. Now, again, I like factoring out stuff into a calculator first. So the greatest common factor for both of these is 1/3 pi. So when we do this here, I'm going to move this over to the side here. We're going to move this up a little bit. So the volume of the truncated cone is going to be 1/3 pi 6 squared times 18 minus 4 squared times 12. Okay, and so let's set this up, right? So let's see now, and we want to find this to the, I believe it says to the nearest cubic centimeter, so a whole cubic centimeter. So calculator. Okay, we go. All right, so let me clear all this, clear. And so now we're going to do the following. 1 divided by 3 times pi, that's pi. And then we're going to do open parenthesis. We're going to have, in this case, 6 squared times 18. Subtract that by 4 squared times 12 times 12. Close that parenthesis. Okay, and so here our volume to the nearest cubic centimeter is going to be 477.5. So we get approximately 477.5 is about 478 cubic centimeters. And so is the answer to the first one, 478 cubic centimeters. Okay, so now, but all our problems are never that simple. Part B, if a cubic centimeter is equal to 1 milliliter, and there are about 3,785 milliliters in a gallon, okay, so if this cup needs to fill a container that holds 3 gallons, what is the least number of cups you need to fill the container? Well, okay, so what we need to do is to figure out, okay, so you got this other container here, right? So, and it could be a cylinder, we don't know, so it could be this much here, and so it's 3 gallons. All right, so how many is now 3 gallons? We got to figure out how many cubic centimeters, or in this case, how many milliliters. So we know we have in this case 1 gallon is equal to 3,785 milliliters, which is so basically, so we convert this 478 to 478 milliliters, okay? And so 1 gallon is equal to this. Therefore, 3 gallons is going to be 3,785. Just double check, make sure that was number 3,785. Yes. And so our calculator, 3,785. So 3,785. And we're going to multiply this by 3. So times 3. And we get 11,355 milliliters. So that's about how many, that's what 3 gallons is like. So we're going to take this, and 1 cup is equal to this many milliliters, and I want to figure out how many milliliters are here, go into here. I'm going to take this 11,355 and divide by 478, okay? And so let's take a look. So we take our value, divide by 478, and we get 23.75. Well, 23 is not enough. We're going to get 23.75, which means we need 24 cups to fill the container. Now, why? Well, if I fill 23 cups, this still be short. So I need 24 altogether, 24 cups altogether. Okay? So let's take the entire page here. So we see we had to find the volume. That's the more challenging question. How to find the volume of a truncated cone? Well, we have to be able to find the dimensions of, in this case, similar triangles that we have. We use proportions to find them. And after that, we find the volume of the big cone minus the volume of the small cone. We figure out the volume of this cup is 478 cubic centimeters. We then, for the second part, convert this to 478 cubic centimeters equal to 478 milliliters. We figure out how many milliliters are in this 3 gallon container and divide by 478. And we find in this case, we need at least 24 cups, because 23 is not enough and 24 will be enough to fill it, but a little bit left over. Okay, so we have to go to the next one to fill it up though. Okay, hope this is helpful, and you should be expecting a question like this on your final. So definitely go over this, review questions, the technique involved, creating our similar triangle situation. All right, you will see us again for question number 5 for the truncated pyramid as well. So if you still have questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below, and of course, any feedback would be definitely helpful. Appreciate that. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you can, leave a like for the video if you can. Be very helpful for I guess our channel, and of course all the videos to be watched. And also appreciate you guys watching, and of course subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Turn on notifications to make sure that you're alerted when new videos are added to the channel. Thanks so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate your viewership, and of course, come on back for our question number 5. Thanks so much. Take care and be safe.